Greetings, beloveds. When you find yourself at odds in any situation, in any circumstance, when you find yourself having feelings of regret, guilt, shame, anything that will, in essence, bring you down, understand, beloveds, that you have merely forgotten the truth of you. You have allowed yourself to indulge in a circumstance that says, this is how I identify myself. This is how I see myself. And then that lens of perception is then projected out onto how you interact with and perceive everyone. Every circumstance becomes looking for what doesn't fit, looking for what doesn't belong, looking for what is wrong, looking for the separation. If you allow yourself to shift your focus to inclusion, to here is where we are similar, here is where we are alike, and know that every being and every moment and every situation that is put before you is a teaching moment. You will never allow yourself to look upon a situation and judge it as anything that does not belong to you, that you cannot include, that you should not have. Bring yourself to the awareness, beloveds, that every moment of your existence, every point of consciousness has been constructed by you, has been created by you. It is made up of many of the unconscious layers of decisions and choices that have been made. But if you find yourself reacting to something, one place for you to go, beloveds, is within. Why is this bothering me? What is it about the situation, the circumstance, to get the shot, to not get the shot, to have this discussion, to have the flu, to not have the flu, to have cancer, to not have cancer, to have a heart attack, to not have a heart attack, to have lung disease, to not have lung disease. All of these choices, to have diabetes, to not have diabetes, all of these choices, beloveds, have been made by you as your experience of recalling and remembering that you are not these individual thoughts, but rather you are connected to a quantum field of infinite and pure potentiality that says that you can have any experience that you desire. And if you have chosen to have one of what would be considered a lower frequency, there is no higher and there is no lower, beloveds. It is merely what you have chosen to experience in the moment. What solidifies it, what contains it, is the places where you say, I should not be feeling this, I should not be experiencing this, rather than saying, let me enjoy this fully. Let me have the symptoms of this illness more fully than I have ever had any other, and let me live to tell. Let me find the joy and the levity in this circumstance. Let me find the happiness. Let me find the peace. Let me find the love. None of the circumstances that you have drawn to you, beloveds, mean anything other than they are directing you back towards the truth of you. So before you judge, before you look upon the separation, look to see the similarity. Look to see where this resonates. Look to see where you have chosen to call this to you and why. What are you here to learn? What are you here to remember? What are you here to know? Ah, yes. I am meant to remember how much I am loved. I am meant to look upon this being that looks like a stranger to me. I am meant to look upon this being that looks like someone with whom I am at odds. I am meant to look upon this situation that seems fraught with misery, and I am meant to find love in the midst of it. And in that field of love, beloveds, you will come to the neutrality that lets you make the choice rather than the reaction. How do I choose to be in any certain circumstance where you do not have a choice, beloveds, you do not have freedom. Where you cannot say, I choose this or not choose this, with neutrality, you do not have freedom. You are stuck within a mental construct, a matrix that says, we will keep you within this certain box, this certain zone, and we will keep you there imprisoned. There is no one who has put you into that paradigm but yourselves. Do you want to know how quickly you can undo it? Add more love. Ah, look at this thing that I have feared. Look at this place where I keep saying no. What if I said yes? What if I allowed this to be? What if I did not resist? What if I could be the one that determines what the result is going to be from a place of consciousness rather than from a place of fear? Let your fears go, beloveds. There is only love or the call for love. And the call for love looks like fear. You have made your choices. You have chosen the story of your life. Can you allow yourself to be conscious to the choices that you have made? Can you allow yourself to remember who you are in the midst of all of it? And who you are, beloveds, is an expression of the breath of God. When you come upon a circumstance that vexes you, when you come upon a circumstance that feels that it should not be, breathe into it, beloveds. When Zahana Grace was doing her training for her yoga practice, she was told that wherever there was a feeling of tightness, wherever there was a feeling of tension, she was to use her breath to release. And she has continued to do that time and time and time again. Breathe into the anxiety, breathe into the fears, beloveds, and the breath you will come to find will be the greatest tool that you have to release the fears. For the breath will return you to one thing and one thing only, and that is to your heart. So breathe with me now, beloveds. Take a beautiful breath in of the love that God is. And as you release into that exhale, know that the truth that is I am, and I am you, and you are me, and we are one eternally. With all the love that I have for you, I bless you, beloveds, and I will speak with you again.